right now, and what motivates you to kind of come to this webinar, just to get an idea. Okay. So that I can customize this according to your background and give you important information as I have. Divyang from Chandigarh, 12th Commerce. Great. Okay, Ansh, that's really wonderful that you're running your own business and doing masters in marketing. Great. Kullur Kaur. Great. Kullur, where are you joining from? Okay. IP University. Great. Young crowd I see here. That's really wonderful. Well, this is your generation, I would say. So this is definitely going to help you all understand that how you can benefit with this kind of a work profile as an influencer. PSC Maths Neha. Wonderful. Okay. So we are going to be participating here in the chat section because this will, we will be exchanging energy here like this, and this will definitely give me motivation to give you more information. And in the end, we can take the Q&A if you have any questions. Okay, so Nali from Ranchi pursuing BCom. Great. Sudeep just completed BCom. Wow, great. I see more like entry-level profiles, graduates, freshers. That's really amazing. Such a young audience.
All right. Hi, ma'am. Good evening to you.
Hi, Mohit. Good evening.
Finally, I am here. I was here by 3:45. So I was just waiting for everyone to come and start with a good vibe.
Understand.
All right. So let's continue and start with this webinar. Good evening, everybody, and hope you all are doing fit and fine, great, and awesome this weekend. Taking your time now. So next 1 hour you'll be booked with us. We have a very special guest with us. She's an internationally certified career development coach. Yes, we need it. We need it desperately. Anybody who's here like doing job or is a student or gonna start their college journey, we need a coach. Yes. And finally, we have one here with us, Ms. Shikha Sharma, and she's having 8+ good experience as an HR consultant as well as a soft skills trainer, right? And she has been guiding students all across the globe, including India, Dubai, Indonesia, Canada, South Africa, and whatnot. And that is so awesome, man. And this digital world is like making you present everywhere, man. It's an honor to have you here. And I'm very bad at hosting, honestly, and I don't know how it's gonna be for me in the future. But again, I would like to learn from you since I'm a very young founder by choice, and it's my honor to be with you in talks here. And the stage is all yours now. You have to greet everybody and take this forward. So I'll leave it to you. All right.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Mohit, thank you so much. Definitely, I'll give you a little more idea here in the webinar that how I got those projects. So to give you all like little understanding that how the digital marketing or this corporate world works nowadays, right? So definitely, it would be a pleasure. Shall I share my screen here?
Okay, once again, I'll just allow. Okay, and
please.
Yeah, done. I think we can do that.
Okay. Thank you, Mohit.
I would request everybody to turn on their cameras. It would be more engaging and enlightening for all of us. Yes, you are going to be recorded too. So,
is it live on YouTube as well? Is it?
Yes. It's streaming live on YouTube directly to our channel. And It's being recorded as well at the same time.
So please be active here in the chat section. I would really encourage everybody, because I'll be asking like a few questions here and there, and I really need your response to kind of justify the webinar and give you more information. Please let me know if you can see the screen clearly.
Yes,
and
yes, we can see the screen.
Okay. So we can, I mean, the rest of the audience here can just mute their mic so that it will not interrupt other people. Yeah, that would really help. Okay. Okay, so we are starting over here. This amazing webinar on influencer marketing, which is a buzzword, right? What is influencer marketing? It's everywhere, I would say, because we are living in the time of social media, digital marketing. And so to start with, I want to know how many people we have here. 25. How many of you want to become an influencer? Come on, let me know. Y and N. Like, this is how you can respond. If you want to become an influencer, give me yes. Why? You know, or if no, then you can type no. I mean, because in this journey, I'm going to help you. Of course, I'm not like a professionally influencer, but how these brands are seeing my profile as an influencer, that's you're going to see in this webinar. Let me know who out of here want to become an influencer. I'll be sharing like a small process which worked out for me. I mean, that was like not intentional, but of course it worked out for me like that. So who's here want to become an influencer? You can type yes. I want to see how many responses are coming in positive. And we have more people joining in, I think. Okay, Ansh might think of yes. Okay. In fact, it is beneficial for both. If you are thinking of becoming an influencer or you're thinking of starting your own business, in both the cases, this is going to help you, this webinar. So just be active here. I like creating buzz about the brand. So yes, maybe Rithi and Ritika, yes. Okay, great. I see like a mixed response over here. Great. Well, influencer marketing, of course, is a buzzword nowadays. We're going to discuss much more. And before moving on, I'd like to give a little bit about my profile. As Mohit rightly said, like I have 8+ years of experience. Earlier, it was in HR and business operations with big brands. Like here, you see in the left bottom, Piramal, Fitchi, Travel and Ravel, MNC. This is one of the MNC company. I've worked with them for over half decade in HR and business operation. And these rest of the brands I've worked before and currently working. I've done like editorial publications and career counseling assignments, training projects, nationally, internationally with these brands. And how I got projects. These projects I'll discover. I mean, I'll disclose the story here for all of you to know like how this is going to help you. So my main work area is into career guidance for students, freshers, postgraduate students, professionals, entry-level professionals, and even experienced people of 15, 20+ years of experience. I help them with career transition, career planning, everything. Then the other category is career advancement training. I give personalized coaching to professionals for job search, LinkedIn makeover, your resume and whatnot in that category, everything. Then third is soft skill training, business communication, interview skills, personal branding. So these are the areas I've covered before in a lot of training projects and webinars. And here again, so this is just to give you a brief, and you can get more information about my profile on LinkedIn. I'm most active there because I find relevant audience and business partners over there. So yeah, that is working out well for me. So yeah, these are the brands I'm currently working. So you can say like maybe to start with, we need to have like a good collaboration, and to work as an influencer, of course, that's like a basic requirement, to have like good collaborations. Of course, you have to see which all brands are there, matching your value system and ethics and everything, because this market is like with different players and different ethics, business ethics. So we have to see all of that. Okay, this is about me. Before we move on, I thought why not have this picture here, because these people are, I see very young generation here, young people in the audience. I know few people out of these. So these actually by Influ Media. This is one of the marketing agency. They posted this research from the national audience. So these are the top celebrity influencers in India for 2020. Now, help me know this, that how many of you know all of these people or like few of them? You know anyone? Please type here in the chat section. You know anyone? Because I am not a social media person. I don't spend like much time. If I'm spending, this is purposeful. Like either I'm learning something or that stuff. But of course, I've seen stuff from. One second. I think this guy. He's, if I'm not wrong, Beer Biceps. The first one is BBK Wines. If I'm not wrong, I've seen their content online. Have you seen their content online? Do you know anyone? Please type the name of the influencer if you know. Please. Okay. Jannat Zubair. Bhuvan. Yes, Bhuvan Bam. Yeah, correct. Kritika Khurana. Amazing. So you all know these people. Huh? These are like they were covered in big magazines, as an influencer in their own category. Okay. Kusha Kapila. Yeah, she's very funny. She's very, very funny. I've seen her videos as well. So I know like 4 only. Maybe you know all of them. But yeah, so this is how they are influencing. So we can see like what they work, what the work they are doing in their own category. This is how we can see they are influencers in their industry. For me, it is of course education industry, but they have their own fitness, maybe fashion, food, travel. They have their own industry. So, and we know these people from their content, of course, on different platforms. So, okay, Avneet Kaur. So you know all of them, I think. That's great. Amazing. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you before we start understanding what is influencer marketing and how you can become one and how the market is changing. So yeah, these people are at the lead, I would say, as an influencer. Right. Okay. Before understanding what is actually influencer marketing, let's see the stats, how this is impacting the current market. This was a recent research. See like how 67% of the marketers or brands believe that influencer marketing campaigns help them reach out more targeted audience, which you cannot do with traditional or conventional media like your television, radio, newspaper, magazines. It's very difficult from those, even the Google campaigns. You cannot reach to a very targeted audience. Of course, you need for that huge cash flow also. If you can pick like an influencer in single category, like if in education, myself, if in travel we can pick like a top influencers, it is very easy for them to reach out to a very target specific audience to sell their products, services, or to create awareness, right? So 67% of the marketers believe it is very much helpful to reach target audience and not reaching to everyone who are not interested in their products and services. 61% of the consumers rely on social media as the most important source of information when shopping. This is 100% true. We see it all the time. Nowadays, the TV ads and newspaper ads are not working. Rather, we see like what is around, what is new coming up, who's talking about what, right? It's like a movement about what product is new, what service is new, what awareness is going on. We always plugged into this social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, to see what is there, and we want to be part of that. That's like a human psychology. We want to be part of this movement, not consciously of course, but we do it unconsciously. It like affects your emotions, your psychological understanding, your emotions, everything. Then third is, of course, 11 times higher return on investment through influencer marketing than traditional forms of marketing. So what happens is, let's suppose there is a company, they have kept their budget aside, this is we are going to spend on marketing. Now, out of that huge budget, if you pick like a single pie, and out of that very little pie, if you give to these top influencers or like major micro influencers, it is going to give you like a big return on investment, rather than giving it to a celebrity or maybe spending money on TV or print media. This is how. So of course, this is how the market is changing. The base concept of marketing is same, of course, telling the right story at the right time to the right people. Of course, there has to be same, but it has come totally online to social media, because this is a world of social media globalization. We have everything online, right? So this is how the 67% marketers and brands believe how this is helping them, with better business opportunities and better conversion rates. 61% of the consumers rely on social media. Even this is increasing more during the pandemic, 2020 and 21. 11%, 11 times rate, this is return on investment. The money spent on just marketing campaigns online by the different brands and marketers. So this is how they are generating revenue and building their business. So I wanted to help you understand the little stats before we move on to understand what exactly influencer marketing, right? Now let's come to the term, what exactly it is. Now, influencer marketing is, again, it is another type of marketing. The concepts are same, right? We are telling stories, we are influencing behaviors, we are, affecting the human psychology to kind of get their attention by our products and services. But everything is same. It has just come online. We are using influencers now. Why? Because influencers are very much connected with their audience. They're very active on social media. They are helping with the brand trust, loyalty. They're reaching to more targeted audience. This is how. So this is type of marketing which uses influencers to promote a brand to a larger market, right? Another influencers are opinion leaders. If I talk about myself in education, I so of course, as an influencer, I don't work. I have like the main category. This is like a full-fledged career people opt for. I don't consider that as sustainable, because you have to have something fruitful, something sustainable for your livelihood. You can definitely work as an influencer, maybe like a side hustle, or you can collaborate with brands if you have good audience and there is a loyalty and trust with your followers. But influencers in my category, if you see, like, they are opinion leaders. They are social media leaders in their industry, right? They have a following base. So this is how other brands which are new or already established brands, they collaborate with influencers to make awareness, sell products and services. So yeah, influencers appear as experts and trustworthy source of information in their category. Like in education, I am there. For travel and in fashion and food, there are different categories, as I've shown that picture before, right? So this is how it is impacting the current marketing domain and how the companies are helping with these influencers. The reason is because we are spending a lot of time on social media, right? So the dynamic is changing. And if companies are not opting for that, this is going to hamper their business in long term, because everybody is going online and seeing like who's there and what is their brand value, what they are selling and how authentic they are. Everybody wants to know that. In fact, I am in coaching and training business. Many times my client asks for my LinkedIn ID. Why? Because the person who's coming for the counseling, they ask like, who's this person? What is their qualification? What is their presence online? So not just me, like it is for everyone, right? We buy products, we want to see what is the company value, how authentic they are, and who's working with whom, who's the influencer, brand ambassador of this brand. We want to see, and it's beyond the product. We want to see, like, what is their story, how authentic they are, and all of that. So this is how the dynamic is changing in the marketing space. Okay, now come to this. As you all know, we have these powerful platforms for influencer marketing. Now this is specific to your category. We have to see, like, right, not every space is for everyone, of course, right? The major platforms are, of course, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Snapchat is also there. right? But you have to see where is the audience. If you are in the business category, you're running your business, you have to test and try and see where is your audience. Is it on Instagram? Of course, the broader reach and the conversion rate are higher on Instagram, but you have to see, is it the right platform for your services, for your products or not, right? For me, it is LinkedIn. Of course, Facebook is also there, but for me, so far, it is working well on LinkedIn. So I would say for especially for B2B collaborations, because I work, this is how I work. So business to business collaboration, I find very good. In fact, for any business, if you want new collaboration, with good clients and everything, authenticity is higher on LinkedIn rather compared to other platforms. But you can see, like, if you're selling fashion products, beauty products, travel stuff, you can see, like, Instagram is working well, YouTube is working well. So test and try. Maybe with little money you can try on these platforms. With small campaigns you can try how the response is coming from the audience. Because if you're new as a company, this is how it is. Because you can't say that, okay, Instagram is responsive to these kind of ads, so this is going to work for me as well. No, test and try and see which one is working for you, right? But these are the major platforms for influencer marketing. You can see people having good following base over here, and getting good money and good business out of these platforms. So the basic line is have online presence. As a person, if you are a professional, of course it's important to have your profile on LinkedIn. Very, very important, because recruiters are approaching, and they always look for potential candidates for their business. So it's important that you have like good profile on LinkedIn, right? And if you are on the business side, of course, rest of the platform definitely going to help reach B2C, business to customer kind of business, right? So these are the major platforms right now. And this is, of course, with time, we might have like new platform, because the attention spam and this span and this time we spend online is like very we are very like quick in decision making. We switch from one thing to another, and we don't want to stick to one kind of a routine. So maybe we find like another platforms coming in, but right now these are dominating the marketing space. Okay, this is again one of the research I wanted to show all of you here. Which channels do you predominantly tap into the influencer marketing campaigns, to help you understand, of course, the awareness to the audience and the conversion rate, the huge followers, and the time spent is, of course, Instagram is the topmost, 79% conversion ratio. And after that, this is Facebook, 46%. Then we have YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and another is Snapchat, Tinder. I think there are a couple more. So see which one is better for your business. If you are into B2B space or B2C space, where you want to work. So have your presence accordingly, and you can be active on those platforms. Don't try to be active on all the platforms, because that's very hectic and that's not going to work out. So test and try which one is like turning better for your business, for your personal brand, and then spend like most time there, create content, and look for inspiration from industry leaders in that particular space. If you come up with any questions, maybe have your site noted down somewhere. Maybe in the end we can take those questions. So yeah, you can see the graph. This is how it is impacting the marketing side. Okay, why influencer marketing is important today? Why it is even important? Because I was reading this article by Forbes. So what they quoted is 40% of the consumer base is this Gen Z generation. I think most of you are in the same category, which is 16 to 26 years of age. Gen Z, we call them. And they are the plugged in generation, spend like at least minimum of 3 hours every day on social media, either creating content or consuming content or looking for inspiration. So the Forbes published this study. Why influencer marketing is such a big deal right now? Because 40% of the consumer base is Gen Z. They spend most of the time out of there, right? And they consume a lot of content online, buy products frequently. Attention span, again, that is very less, right? So all of these studies making influencer marketing a big deal. Now, also, influencer marketing is very closely related to social media marketing. Very closely related. Why? Because these influencers are having following base on social media platforms, right? Like LinkedIn, Facebook is there, YouTube, So they have following base on social media platforms. That's why it's very closely related. So when any company work with influencers, they have their own terms and conditions. They work with influencers for like 1 month and they run campaigns on their profile, or ask them to probably talk about their services and products on their page for a certain amount of time. So this is like a formal agreement with influencers. So it's like a full-fledged job for many people. Again, as I said before, I would not recommend full-time job because the sustainability is very less in this kind of a career. But if you're very good in your industry, I'm talking about the personal, for the professionals, who want to work full-time and as an influencer. There are people who are doing it, but this is we have to see the long-term prospects of that, whatever we are doing. So have like a full-time job as well, or a full-time creative career maybe, and then you can work as an influencer side by side. But for companies, of course, it's an open market. You can hire and pick people. There are different categories of influencers. You can count me into a micro influencer. I'm in the category of micro influencer, and then there are major influencer, then there are celebrity endorsements, like we have done, be saying the pick up on the phone and all that. So micro influencer, like a small following base, right? Then major influencers, they are like millions, and then celebrity endorsement, the celebrity have like a national, international, reach. So this is how brands divide their influencer category, and this is how they work. And it is not important that every brand choose to work with celebrity or major influencers. Micro influencers have their own specialty. How it is that? So if I talk about myself, I have like most of the people I know on LinkedIn or on WhatsApp. I have like this connection with them because I've worked with them before. So they know me personally. So this is how micro influencers are very critical if there is a new brand coming up or they're looking for more authoritative figure in their own industry. So they work with micro influencers, right? Because the bonding for micro influencer, because they know like a less number of people, the following is comparatively less as compared to major or celebrity, and they are in touch on a most of the time, on a regular basis on through different platforms. So it depends, like if your business, what is your value system and what kind of influencer you're looking for, what kind of reach you want. So you pick your category. Is it micro influencer, major, or you look for celebrity endorsement? What kind of a thing, right? Okay, so why it is even important? We were talking this closely related to social media marketing. And another one is it enables you to reach the audience base. This is from company side, which you cannot reach through traditional advertising, as I said before. So if they want to reach in fashion, travel, they can pick very categorize the influencer of that category, and they can reach to the audience to sell their products and services or to create awareness, right? So the most of the close to 90% of the marketers say that return on investment from influencer marketing is either comparable or more than other other domains of marketing, which is your TV ads or newspaper ads. So this is like a your TV ads or these Google campaigns or your other kind of marketing things, brochures, and then promotional things you do on a continuous basis. Look, it requires like huge money, and that has like a time period. But in influencer marketing, you can pick and talk to that person anytime, and then you can say like, okay, we want to work in the middle of the month for 2 days, or for entire year we want to work with you. So you have to promote this product or service on your page or on these periods. So everything is detailed in the contract. This is how it works, right? So this is what they're saying. It is more beneficial for brands to work with influencer compared to traditional media, because there it is if we see like something on TV, it is brand talking to consumer. It is not that effective, right? When we take word of mouth, when our friend or family relatives, they are buying or doing something, we get influenced by that behavior. We want to do that. So this is how word of mouth is very much there in influencer marketing. We through influencer, what happened, they reach to their category, and after that, if they like that person, let's suppose if I like Akshay Kumar, maybe he's a celebrity, of course, but if I like maybe Beer Biceps guy, this guy, so if he's talking about something, I would talk in my circle about his products and services, right? So they can reach first degree, second degree, and third degree connections. This is how they can reach to a different category from one influencer. So this is how it is, word of mouth, and this is more loyal audience they get with the influencer marketing, right? Now, it is very crucial in the age of social media and ad fatigue, of course, because your traditional traditional marketing is, one second. Your traditional marketing, TV, newspaper, radio, this is not working out in the social media. You have to have online presence, and if you don't have it, as a professional, as a company, you need to have online image, online presence. It's very, very important, you know. And there is ad fatigue, of course, because you are spending time online. You must see like a lot of ads on the sides of the different pages of Google. They kind of feel attractive. Of course, we want this is because of the previous Google search we have done. But this is 99% of the time we are not encouraged enough to click on those ads. We don't want to buy from there until we see like what other people are doing, what is new in the market. So those kind of campaigns are not working out very effectively for companies. Rather, if we see like other influencers or people we know, if they are buying and doing something in that category, we are more influential with that kind of a behavior. And so again, it builds trust with your brand and drives great return on investment. As I said before, this is how you get more loyal audience through influencer marketing. Let's see other benefits of influencer marketing for both the sides. Of course, for brands, it increases your brand awareness. If you work with like let's suppose 2-3 major influencers, so they have like millions of followings, 1 million or 2 million. So you reach like multiple number of people, and this is how the return on investment or revenue generation happens for companies. The other one is build credibility and trust more. If I like somebody, of course, as these people, consume their content, so of course they're talking about something. So what happens is maybe not at that moment, but later on we think about it. Okay, this was the product she was talking about, let me try what is new in the market. So this is called under the carpet selling. So they're not actually asking you to buy right now maybe, but they're influencing your behavior. So maybe after a month or after like 2 months, you would definitely go and buy that product. This is how influencer marketing is impacting your behavior, right? So build credibility and trust. Enrich content strategy. This is another one benefit of influencer marketing. How is that? Because they add their own personality, their own story while they are selling product on their own page or on the brand's page. So enrichment of the content is definitely happening. Rather than just telling a simple story, they add their own personality and value system in that ad campaign. So this is how it is helping. Win-win partnership for both, because companies are not spending like huge money. They just give one-time amount for like a small period or whatever the collaboration is signed in the contract, and they work on that money. It doesn't require like a huge money from the brand side as well, and they reach like millions of people. This is how, right? Boost SEO, search engine optimization, and return on investment. So if you work with influencers, of course, enrichment of the content, if they talk in their category, so this is how it is impacting the behavior of people, and you come on different searches, and this is how it is. Search engine optimization, you come on the top, and this is how the enrichment of the content happening on different platforms. YouTube, you use like hashtag and everything on Instagram, on YouTube. So this is how it is helping companies as well. Drive purchases decisions, right? So this creates like more warmer leads for companies. So Shehnaz Gill is another one I think you guys know from the last Big Boss season. So she's also doing like a lot of product selling and everything. So maybe not directly, but people later on go and buy such kind of product, what is new. And I think Mamaearth is do you know her? If I may ask the audience, do you know Shehnaz Gill and Siddharth Shukla? I think they're like very much on the internet. I know my younger brother and people talking about these guys, and okay, yeah, they are doing like a lot of brand marketing stuff, influencer marketing, kind of a product marketing. So you don't buy products maybe directly, but they influence your behavior, and this creates like a warmer leads. They generate warmer lead for brands. So after 1 month, maybe definitely you go and buy that. So this is how, because somehow if you like that personality, definitely you would go and check. This is how our psychology got impacted with the behaviors of the influencers online. Cost effective and saves time, of course, for the brands. And this is how working out for the influencers in their category, because they're not spending huge cash flow, right? Unlimited sharing potential. Correct. As I said, like if one influencer is talking about a product in their domain, with word of mouth, it reaches to a second degree and third degree connection, right? So you never know, like with millions to billions, maybe it can reach if the brand is working with 2, 3, 4 influencers in their category. This is how, right? Now it is suitable for any business, be it education, travel. I said there are more people joining in. Okay. Yeah, so this is suitable for any business, startup, big companies, mid-sized companies. If you are running your own work, as a freelancer, this is definitely going to help. You can work with other influencers. I've seen, like, because I do counseling, so of course they're very young generations, Gen Z we call them. They have like a side hustle going on. They ask, like, we are expanding our market with this kind of a thing by collaboration with different brands or different people who have good, reach following based on their category. So this is suitable for any business. It increases sales, of course, warmer leads and cold leads, we can say, or direct leads. This is how the generation of sales revenue is happening for companies, right? So these are the major benefits of influencer marketing, which is not there with traditional media, with your TV or other, newspaper or radio ads, because here we see like more of the personality of the influencer. Okay, now we have come to this. So we have like 34 people here. Okay. Are you interested to become an influencer? I hope this got this gave you clarity a little bit how this is working in the market for different people. Of course, this is a lucrative work, definitely. Influencer, as an influencer working with brands, you get a lot of perks and everything. I'll tell you my story as well here. But the steps I've mentioned here, this is from my own experience. It is not from any, website or anything. This is from my own story. I thought, like, why not give you a idea how this worked out for me. I worked with, I would say the top education brand in India. I worked for them as an influencer. I would not disclose the name, but you can definitely go to my LinkedIn profile and see those articles. I mean, that name is there, so you can see that stuff. I won't disclose the name, but yeah, so they directly reached out to me to work in that category. So as I said, like there are different categories of influencers, micro influencers, major influencers. So brands see like for what product it is important to work with what category of influencers. And if you have like a small following, again, you can work as an influencer. It's not that you have to have millions of followers, to work. Okay, so this is, one second, this is from my own story, but let's just understand first digital marketing plus personal branding. This is how the influencer marketing or the influencer world is working out. Digital marketing is social media selling, social media marketing, right? Online campaigns, your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So you sell products, you create awareness, you do the the branding. This is how. But also there is plus personal branding, your own personal brand. This is what I was talking about. This is your own personal brand in your own category, be it fashion, travel, food, whatever the category is. You have to see what is your unique, you know, uh, unique personality in that category, and this is how your personal brand is selling online. This is how it is helping brands to kind of sell their products and services and collaborate with you to reach more and more audience, right? So I'll give you my story. To start with, as I said, like I worked in HR and business operations before, and then for some reason I thought, why not do my own work? Let's see how it is going to, give my like a different experiences to me. So I thought of starting, my own. I'm working independently right now, so how to work in that category, I'm going to give you a picture. But before starting out my own, you would say like a self-employment kind of category wala journey. So I thought I actually prepared myself like completely that I have to be, because entrepreneurship or self-employment, freelancer, this like a, of course, very hectic, because you're not doing your 9 to 5 job. You have to be very attentive with client collaboration, different engagements, time management. You have to see everything yourself. So you have to be very very good in management, to work in that category. So I didn't know, this world was like very new. Education consultant, this world was very new for me. So how it all started, I prepared myself very much beforehand to be open with all kind of rejections, negative feedbacks, or what worked out for me, what not, everything. I was like ready beforehand. I thought like, let's just give, because I have over half decade of experience in HR and business operation, so I'm not losing anything. Let's just give 1.5 year to myself and see like how this is working out. And this turned out very good for me, I would say, so far, because I'm working in national and international projects. But so yeah, to start with, I prepared myself completely. Then I started reaching out to top companies in my education industry, and this is how I got the collaborations, because they saw my profile, my work history, and during this, so before even starting out collaboration, I've done like a good amount of research, 8 9 months of research alongside my job. So when you start like I see a lot of people coming up and say that we want to start our own thing, but please do a lot of research in your industry. See who's the industry leader in your industry category, who's your role model. Learn from people, because if you are in a 9 to 5 job, the other side is completely different. It's challenging in the beginning, of course, I would say. So so I prepared myself. I've done like 8 9 months of research, good research. What are the different brands where I want to work, what kind of people are there, industry leaders, everything I did. And then I started collaborating, and I got like, luckily I got like good projects working out. Then this is how I added up different content on my LinkedIn story. I made up my profile. That's like a part of personal branding. Again, if you see my profile on LinkedIn, I'm most active. I have to keep it updated, because I got like 2 3 brands, which I showed you, like number of to work. It's not easy. You have to manage everything your own, right? So but it was like hell lot of learning, I must tell you, all of you. It was a lot of learning, which I would not say that there is a 9 to 5 job. And we are very lucky, like you can do your 9 to 5 job and have your space in the evening and work on your side hustle. We didn't know, like when I started my work life, I didn't know that side hustle kind of a thing is there and I can do something like that. But this was my decision completely, so I started on this journey, and this turned out very well. But I completely made up my mind that I would give 100% to this, because I want to see what results it will bring, what experiences it has for me. So I built my profile. This is how. And luckily I built my personal brand on LinkedIn. So working out very well. I'm getting international national projects, with the help of these B2B approach, because I work with business to business category. I work with edtechs in India, UK, and Canada in counseling domain and training domain. So now, even through word of mouth, because I worked with executives, even so, they come and say that we want to, we have referred somebody for your counseling, for your training project. So this is how I'm working with them. So yeah, so Mohit, as Mohit said, and you can see on my LinkedIn profile, I've delivered project in South Africa. This was like 2 days before I did one on effective communication. So that was for South Africa. I've done in Nepal, Canada, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So there are counseling and training projects I've done. And this is all happening because of my presence on LinkedIn. So if you are into a professional category, I would highly recommend having very good profile and highlight your niche, highlight your key skills, your experience there. Don't write like a huge summary. It is not required. Whatever you write, just have like bullet points, easy to read for other people, for recruiters, for other businesses, So out of that, I want to give you the step-by-step process. So if you want to start your, work as an influencer in that category, it's very important that you find out your USP, unique selling point. Find out what is unique in you. For me, there's like a number of influencers, sorry, a number of coaches and trainers out there. But what is important and what worked out for me is my HR experience. Why? Because for career transition, career progression, career change, or for higher education, I've worked in talent acquisition, hiring, firing, interviews, whatnot, everything HR. So I can give them this perspective of the other side of the table, what actually HRs are looking, what companies are looking in your profile, how you can make up your LinkedIn profile, resume, and everything. So that actually worked out very well for me, my experience, and that's the USP. And then I've done like this international certification from Experts Coach Academy Canada during my research because I was very sure that I want to work in this category. So I need to have like this was a career transition for me, of course. So working as a coach, people see your credentials, definitely. Of course, it is a second step. They want to see what skills you have, what experience you're coming with, but they also want to see what are your credentials. Do you have the education, international certifications, or what education you have in that category to work on that profile. So finding your USP is very, very important. Then you have to find which industry I want to work as an. I mean, this is for influencer I'm talking. If you want to become an influencer in any category, see fashion, food, travel, which industry you want to work. You have to figure out your domain. For me, it was education, and because my experience was relevant, and I thought, this is so it was never intentional for me that I want to work as an influencer, but because these brands see my profile online on LinkedIn as a authoritative personality in my domain as a micro influencer, because I don't like millions of people following me, but I have a good followers. So they approached me and they said like, if you can do this project for us. Again, as an influencer, there is very important point that you have to see what projects are coming your way and how authentic that brand is and all of that stuff, because you don't want to give, you don't want to sell negative things or, those kind of stuff, because this is the negative thing in influencer marketing. Because if you're only dependent on, brand collaborations and selling products and you don't have anything full time for your livelihood, this is not going to work out, because people know like you're doing it because you're getting money, right? So this is not a long term career. People know because this just highlight in your profile, right? So have something full time, but of course strengthen your personal brand online. This is what the brands are looking. These advertising agencies are looking your brand online. If you think your audience is good on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you probably want to have like a good profile there, or video content, or image content or written content over there, right? Of course, the content is king. This is how worked out for me. Now I'm like more active with content, so I write stuff on LinkedIn, um, different educational stuff which is helpful for my audience, for my mentees, my followers, I would say. So this is how I helping them, and this is how the LinkedIn and other categories, again, be it Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, this is how the algorithm works. You have to be active on that platform. Keep your profile alive. Have like content maybe 2-3 times in a week. It's very, very important. This is how the algorithm respond to your profile, and you can reach to more and more people, right? Then figure out social media platform as per your audience. As I said before, not every platform is for everyone. So figure out where you have your niche. Now, as I said, I want to work with B2B, and B2C is also more authentic on LinkedIn in my category, professional coaching and training. So I find more authentic audience there on LinkedIn, more educational stuff over there, and, industry leaders and business collaborations over there. So LinkedIn is for me, but you can see like in which category you're working, you can choose Facebook or Instagram. Then this is very much important. Accept rejection as redirection. This is how I kept myself motivated all along. That because sometimes you get different people approaching you. Sometimes you don't want to work with them because they have different value system. Sometimes they don't want to work with you because your profile is different, or So this is just a part and parcel of this thing. Entrepreneurship, you can say, or self-employment, or freelancer. And also one more thing I would like to tell here, that don't just look for stability as such. We want a secure career. We want uh, nothing is secure, to be honest. The world is changing very fast. So rather than depending on your education, work more on gaining skills. Skills are very, very important, right? Especially the communication, or interpersonal skills, maybe writing skills, few people are good, so you can develop that over time. Soft skills are very, very important, so focus more on building skills rather than only getting education or certification. Not That's not going to work out in long term, because we are moving in, gig economy, we can say. It's like more people are looking for, part-time work, freelance work. They don't want to get into 9 to 5 kind of a routine. And nowadays everybody is doing, I would say, like you know 2 3 careers or more in their lifetime, and also changing jobs very frequently compared to the previous generation. So the world is changing. Companies are looking for, potential people to work with them, be it influencer or professional. So definitely work out on your skills rather than just getting the certification and education. Very, very important. So these are the step by step process: finding your USP and finding your domain, which industry you want to work. Then strengthen your personal brand online. Online presence is very important. Then you see what you want to highlight, what kind of content you want to put out, right? Then content is king. You have to be active on that platform to attract more people, to stay on top of the mind, of your followers or the people, in your industry. Very, very important. Then figure out social media platform as per your audience. Facebook, Instagram, which one is working out for you, or LinkedIn. Accept rejection as redirection. Very important. You have to be very strong over here if you want to work as a freelancer or as an influencer, right? Let's just see once again what we discussed. So this was about my profile, the career counseling, advancement training. I give personalized coaching to professionals. And then there is soft skill training. I work with all these brands. Now, these are, like I discussed with you, what all the influencers over here. So this was by Influ Media. This was the top category of influencers in 2020. Many of you know these people. This was the stats, how this is turning out very good for different brands. Now, what is influencer marketing? I gave you the picture. This is another form of marketing, just completely online, social media, very closely related to. It's just companies are using influencer nowadays rather than going for traditional media like TV ads and newspaper and everything, right? Because they're opinion leaders in their category. So in education, I am there for these brands. I've worked with one of the major brands, in India. So you can see that on my LinkedIn profile. I won't disclose the name. Yeah, these are different top platforms for influencer marketing. See which one is working out for you. You have to test and try first, right? And see the industry leader, which one they are using more, where the followers are more, where the relevant audience is for you. Of course, the conversion ratio and the brand awareness, the reach is more on Instagram. But you can see like which one is working out for you. Again, if you're looking for more B2B, business to business, you can go for LinkedIn. And otherwise, this is how the ratio of conversion and return on investment for different brands. Because Gen Z, the 16 to 26 category, they're spending more time over this Instagram. Why influencer marketing is important? Because what they are getting out of influencer marketing is not possible in traditional marketing, traditional advertising. 90%, almost 90% of the marketers say their return on investment is higher on influencer marketing compared to other channels. And it's very important in the age of social media because there is higher brand loyalty. Other benefits of influencer marketing we saw: increase brand awareness, credibility, and trust. Enriching content strategy because they add their own personality in that. Then there is win-win partnership for both. They are not spending huge money, brands, and then influencers also getting their pie out of their budget, right? They're making their living out of it. Then there's a boost in SEO and return on investment. They create more warmer leads. They influence your behavior of purchase. Then cost effective, saves time for both influencers and brands. Unlimited sharing potential because they reach first degree, second degree, third degree connection with word of mouth through influencer marketing. This is suitable for any business. If you're starting out, you have your own work as a freelancer, you're working, definitely you can test and try on different platforms. It increases sales, of course, right? Because you're reaching directly to customer through influencers. Now, how you can become influencer? I gave you my story, how this worked out for me. So I strengthened my brand online on LinkedIn especially, and then this is how these brand approached me to work with them. And of course, for a few projects, I can say I worked as an influencer for them. So LinkedIn has worked out very good for me. Now I'm up for question if you have any. Yeah, Mohit, I'm done. If there are question,
Ma'am, if we change our job frequently, then the company which we are joining, the company will say that you are changing the job frequently. You are not stable at that.
I'm.
So how can we do? How can we do the changing of the job frequently?
Okay, so from HR perspective, if you ask, I would not recommend changing very frequently. At least spend 18 months to 2 years in one company. What happens when you join a company? You take easily 6 7 months to kind of gel into the environment, and learn things, learn the environment, and then you start contributing. So, and then after a year, you would see like you start contributing in the company's growth. So if you're changing very frequently, I as an HR would see like, okay, maybe you're not very stable in mind, and you're not sure of your choices. So at least spend some time in one company, 18 to 2 years, 18 months to 2 years, and then maybe look for a change. You have to show some stability in your career journey. It's not like jumping from one choice to another one. It's not a good behavior as a professional in any
But
industry, I would say.
we can think after spending about 1.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, at least like 18 months, that's the standard for the industry. But definitely, if you get like a good opportunity and the other company is okay to consider your profile, I've seen like people jumping after 1 year. But I would not recommend, because this shows in long term, HR sees your profile and like, okay, this person spent like only 1 year, this company 2 year here, 1.5 year here. So they see like you have this habit of, switching companies in 1.5 years. So they might not consider for you for the higher position in long term. So you have to show like some stability in your resume. I would not recommend jumping frequently.
Okay, so
Thank
I
you.
just thank you so much, Ansh, for the question, and thank you so much, ma'am, for such a powerful words, powerful content. You have prepared such a good PPT, I would say. And we have got so much.
They were
I'm
good.
also, personally noting it down. I have my diary is all filled now, so I'm going to take a lot of notes at my home bag and learn and practice the same. So I've got some questions that I would like to ask you. Riddhi has asked that how to reach out to companies for
There is echo
collaborations.
coming, Mohit. There is echo coming from your side. If you can come close to the mic, maybe it would be really helpful.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Please tell me. I'll try.
Okay, so I'm asking that, Riddhi have asked the question that how to reach out to companies for collaboration, like what should be our medium? Maybe what could be the best channel?
Okay, how to reach out to companies for collaboration, right? Of course, to first start with, as I read and worked out for me, you have to do industry research. What are the industry players? How many companies are working? What is their market value? And then maybe with a very warm, generous email, you can write to the company head, the CEO, or the HR. Write them that you are interested in work collaboration. Then they would reach out to you like what collaborations you have in mind. Then you set up a meeting, and this is how. But first is initially you have to ask them they are up for collaboration or not. If they respond to your email, you can go ahead with that.
All
But
right.
to start with, of course, you can. Email is like a very formal way. Another one is LinkedIn, I would recommend. So very generous and empathetic email you have to write to the CEO. I mean, I approach directly. Right now, I work with vice presidents, country heads, directly, communicating with them. So this is how, I mean, you have to target that, because the junior positions, maybe they're not decision makers. So you have to reach out to people who are more interested in collaborating with more, startups and influencers.
Correct. Next question is going to be very personal since it's about the influencer marketing. At a very managerial position right now, yes, I own a startup and it's very terrible sometimes for me to manage everything at every moment because it needs to be taking quick decisions every time. Be it this webinar, be it after this webinar, whatsoever. So I'm stuck in this one domain, influencer marketing, you can say, so that either I can hire an influencer to promote the brands or to promote the product, right, or be an influencer. So what would you suggest for the long term, in the long run, like what would be more effective? That's a very personal question I'm asking you.
See, if you're just starting out, I would say that don't hire an influencer in the beginning. work for your, strengthening your company's brand online with content, with different activities like webinars and collaborations with people like us, letting the word go out in the market. This is how. Don't look for influencers in the beginning. Have a stability, because there's one person I worked with him in one company. Uh, they have they started with nothing, bootstrapping in the beginning, and now they have close to, I think, 30,000 followers and still going on Instagram. They started with nothing, no money, but they were like there with the regular content, creative content, creative strategy in that. They collaborated with different programs. So I would not say that hire an influencer in the beginning. When you reach a certain stage, maybe then it is better for an influencer marketing. But to start strong, have a very strong base in the beginning. Let everything happen organically. This is like more authentic, and people recognize you and consider your unique selling point in your category. So that's a better approach, I think.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think there are very, girls and women here present in the audience, and they might be wondering to be a speaker like you right now, because sometimes it feels very shy and that camera confidence is missing. So how did you build that? How from that traditional age to this modern age, how did you transition? You said that I transitioned my.
Oh, you're making me feel very old now.
Of course not. Of course not. You are more younger than all of us.
Okay, so to be honest, let me just open this on this way. Every time I get this kind of engagement, there is always a dizziness, this nausea that how this is going to turn out. Everything. I think this is for very expert speaker as well, wherever they are, right? This feeling is always there. But how you feel confident, you need to have more control on your language, on your whatever happening inside you, more control on that, and this you learn with the process. So when I started out, maybe I in the initial time, it was like a lot of nervousness and all. But during the process, uh, you know I observed actually a lot of speakers online, especially the TEDx, and I have this habit of observing top industry leaders and people who are teaching and top management schools. I learn their body language. I learn from their interviews. I see like how they are speaking more authoritatively, and more confidence, because they also feel nervous within their side, because we are humans. We feel this when there is nothing, when there is something new coming to us. Of course we feel this kind of a thing. So you learn from other industry leaders, other people who are doing very good in their industry. So this is how I learned the behaviors of these industry leaders, and then I kind of implemented during the process slowly, and then you see like a different version of me, and then people say, okay, it is very easy for you, but no, it still can be challenging. But this is how you learn, by learning from others' behaviors who are already to a certain level. You aspire to their behavior, and this is how you learn. So always find role models. It's definitely good.
All right. Would you like to share your first stage experience? How was it?
Okay, so I don't remember which training was that, but of course it's kind of, you feel uh, you feel like there is no word coming out, and then you feel like, okay, everybody's looking at you. It's kind of daunting, of course, in the beginning. But then when you do it repeatedly, I mean, I would always tell to people who want to maybe have good communication style, or maybe good public speaking presence, I would say just put yourself out there. Until you don't jump in the sea, you will not learn how to swim. That's very, very important. Don't just stand on the side and just observe water. No, jump there, you will definitely learn. That's the best thing in humans. We learn very quickly, but you have to just put out there in that zone. The repeated cycle has to be there, and your mind is then very comforting with that behavior, that environment, and you're very, very comfortable there. So this is how you have to put yourself out. Very important.
I think I've asked enough questions from my side.
Do we have audience like questions coming in from their side? Maybe if we can ask, maybe if you have any, we have like few minutes, and then
anybody have some questions, they can just unmute or put them in the chat box. Don't feel shy. This is the best opportunity, I would say.
Yeah, career, education, whatever you have questions about, you can ask. Then I'm going.
Of course.
Or you can unmute yourself and ask. If let's just wait for 2-3 minutes. I think we're already about time, 5.
Yes, we'll be shortly looking forward to having you on Instagram live as well very soon.
I want to.
That is another kind of audience that may be waiting for you to be there. That's more approachable.
Okay. No, definitely. I look forward to that engagement. I think we are done. I don't see like more questions coming in. So thank you so much, guys. I think Mohit.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, everyone should follow ma'am on LinkedIn and ask for the career guidelines and everything. She'll make some time for you all, and she has made some time. And thank you so much on behalf of everybody and Step Up team. Kudos to you as well. And yes, we'll see you next Saturday. And moreover, you will be having a feedback form in the WhatsApp group. You have to fill that to have the certifications from Step Up. And moreover, yes, ma'am, anything you would like to add up, and that is all from my side.
No, I would just say that thank you so much for coming in. I hope I gave some value out of my experience and learning, to all of you. But just be confident and up for all the rejections, because rejections are redirections. That's what I would say. Okay. And you can follow me on LinkedIn for and reach out if you have any questions related to career or education. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohit, for this platform. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us with such valuable content.
Thank you, Riddhi. Thank you so much.